Live Daily Show. I'm Sean, and today we have an amazing episode on resilience. Because resilience is one of those things where if we look at it maybe in a different way, we'll realize that maybe there's a gift that's part of what we need to receive. So sit back, relax, and stay tuned.
Sometimes we question why certain things happen to us. And I knew when I heard the backstory from Here's My Soul Cafe that Nenah picked herself back up and took whatever she had inside herself to create the legacy that she's living today. I cannot wait to hear what she has to say.
Do you know how much of a strong woman that you are? And how inspired I am by the perseverance and your personal power to take such a tragedy and turn it into something amazing?
Thank you.
Can you tell me a little bit about this backstory?
Sure. So my best friend Stephanie, we were best friends since 6 years old.
6, what grade was that?
Grade 1.
Grade 1. So you met at school?
Yeah, in elementary school. And we were best friends until she passed away in a car accident in 2009.
Best friends for that long?
Yeah.
You must have been devastated.
Yeah, we were like starting to plan our 20th anniversary, and we wanted to go somewhere together, and yeah, she was a part of me.
Take me back to that day.
Oddly enough, I wanted to take her and her baby out for a girls' night, her first girls' night since having her. And I wanted to take her to one of our favorite Italian restaurants, and I was like, it's on me. And I've been leaving her messages, and I know she was visiting a friend that I actually introduced her to in elementary school, out in past Nanton there. And she wasn't answering her phone and wasn't calling me back, which is not like her. I was thinking that, and finally I just got hungry, and I was like, well, I'm just going to order pizza tonight. And it came, and just as it came, my phone rang, and I saw her name come up on my phone, and I was like, oh, of course, like, perfect timing. So I answered, I just started talking, and suddenly I hear her partner at the time, they like, Nenah, no, Nenah, it's not Steph, Nenah. And I was like taken aback that it was him calling me, and he's like, I don't know how to tell you this, but there was this really big car accident, 3 girls in another car died, and Steph died today. And I literally remember just collapsing on the floor and like holding my stomach because I actually thought my heart was going to come out of it. And I just screamed. And it was the worst few seconds of my life, for sure.
I bet. I can't even imagine. And you guys lived in the same building together?
Yeah. I bought my place on the 4th floor here because she lived in this place.
In this place that we're sitting in right now?
Yeah.
So this was Stephanie's place?
Right. It's her house, yeah. She lived here from high school till when she passed away.
And so what inspired you, or where was the thought to open up a coffee shop? And especially called Here's My Soul Cafe, like...
Well, the name makes a lot more sense when you know the backstory. So her and I connected through music a lot, and that was like a big connector, so that's why I did Here's My Soul. So that was the idea, is that we've always been able to connect through music, and even when I'm going through something hard, I still take the time to listen to what music's going on around me, because I feel like she speaks to me through it.
And you also have great live music once a month here.
I do, yeah.
Which would bring in the music point, which would bring in the celebration point, knowing that you can continue on after such tragedy.
Oh, for sure. Like, I've had a lot of events here where, just how the night's gone on, I know she's a part of it, and I can feel her there with me, and yeah.
She's with you always.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Life's always going to knock us down. You know what? We'll be bruised, but we're not broken. And I know Dr. Mo has the advice on how we can find our feet again.
Oh, thank you so much. Mo, thanks for coming.
Well, thank you for having me.
I love our conversations. You know, today I just want to get a little bit deeper in regards to perseverance, because sometimes things happen to us in our lives because we do. We come here, we live a life, we get here. It's our, childhood, our teenage years, our early 20s. We make a lot of mistakes. We fall on our, bums, I guess you could say. But sometimes there's certain things that life happens to us and we have no control over that. Right? So how can one rise above that and move forward into a place of, I guess, persevering into whatever it is that they were meant to do? Does that make sense?
Yes. So you see some people and you wonder, well, how is it that this person got to their, place of empowerment and self-love, and how is it that another person that might have had a similar circumstance didn't find that drive within, or that resilience, right?
Two separate roads.
Right, for sure.
So what is...
So resilience is something that we can craft. It's something that we can learn how to have resilience, and part of that is taking care of our physical body, of course, right? Because we will never, if we fall on our face, how do we get back up if we're not physically healthy?
Right.
If we're not taking care of our nutritional status and getting our sleep.
And you know what, that is interesting with the physical body that you say that, because a lot of times we just go and we talk about our problems, we talk about our issues, as opposed to moving forward and transforming something into a completely different energy.
Exactly. Sometimes we can talk about our problems so much that we start living that story and we don't move through it. So I always think physical exercise is great because you literally can pound it out in the gym, or running out,
bag, or do
all
a good
that,
sprint,
moving that through, and then seeking those people that are going to support you through those hard times. The people that really love you, that really believe in you. That when you're having trouble, you can phone up your buddy and say, I just need some really words of encouragement today. You can rally each other.
And you know what's interesting is I think a lot of people don't even have the courage to do that. Right?
People don't want to admit that they're suffering and that they're struggling, because we get all caught up on appearances, and I have to look this way, my house has to look this way, and my hair's got to look this way, and everything, and yeah.
But no, we're real, right? Everyone crashes, everyone falls, but it's knowing that you do have that, what is it called? I think there was a TV show, where they want to use the phone, call a friend. I don't know.
Oh, right.
Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's true. And
remember, I think we need to remember that just with the laws of nature is cyclical. Our lives are cyclical. We're going to have difficult times, and we're going to have times that we rise and we thrive. And so just understanding that nothing is forever, and that things do move along. And if you're in the hard time, just go back to the basics of good nutrition, getting your rest, keep your life more simplified, and calling on your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Resilience. Resilience is one of those things that I think that we can all build within inside ourselves. We always get knocked down, but it's about seeing who you are and facing your truth and figuring out where it is that you want to go, and using exercise to build that resilience within your heart, within your mind, within your spirit, and your physical form. That's what it's all about. You know what I love for upper body? Is push-ups. Because I think, being a trainer, that I think being able to use your body's strength without any equipment is like the best. Would you agree?
I agree.
I love push-ups not only for the upper body strength, but for your chest, your back, and we can totally modify an upper body exercise to make it into a full body exercise. You ready for this?
All right.
Okay, let's start with the easy one, which is just from your knees, coming all the way down into a push-up position, keeping your core nice and tight, keeping your tailbone tucked, which is perfect. All the way down, you're gonna exhale and push all the way up. Great job, all the way down, back up. Where are you feeling that the most? Everywhere?
Back.
Back. Yeah, good stuff. Now I want you to go from your toes. Keeping that core nice and straight, back straight, and all the way down, and good job. It's hard, hey? You know what? And then increasing the intensity even more by getting more of a core workout. Give me a push-up all the way down, coming up, and switch to the side. Straight, hold that core, come all the way back down. Can you give me one more? Good job, and hold. Good job, that's awesome. Oh, I think you need a cold towel from Jimmy Lee. What do you think?
Thank you so much. Wonderful.
Oh, Jimmy Lee, thank you. We're gonna continue to work out here, but I would love for you to check out this amazing success story from the Ticket to Change.
I had a very bad car accident in 1995, and all of my fallopian tubes were damaged. I went through a massive amount of tests. I went through 4 miscarriages, a tubal baby, and the doctor said, you can no longer have children. So I put that pipe dream away that I would never have any more children than my grown daughter. But then that washed away. I had a miracle child. I was told I was pregnant when I came down with a lung infection, and Kellen was born. And so I thought, there's my miracle child. I named him Kellen because in Gaelic that actually means the mighty warrior. Didn't know how fitting it was going to be, but that is actually the meaning of his name. So fast forward 4 years, and now I think my child is getting taken away again from me. My 4.5-year-old was diagnosed with leukemia. Just on a mother's gut instinct, I took him to the hospital thinking, he's got diabetes. That's going to be worse enough. And then I had him in the hospital, and the ER pediatrician said, I need to do a whole whack of blood tests for him. She came back in and just kept asking me, do you have family in town? Do you have a support system? I said, yes, but you know, I'm a strong mom. Just let me know what's wrong and I'll deal with it. And then she said, no, we need somebody with you. So I texted some family, they showed up. And then apparently she gave them the news that he had leukemia, but being that I'm deaf and had a screaming child in my hand, I missed it. The only thing I saw was my mom collapse down as soon as she heard the news, so I knew something was up. My life was crushed. I thought this was the end. I didn't know how I was going to survive getting through this. I didn't know how I was going to support my child getting through this. I said, I need help. I need somebody to help me out. And I don't want to be one of those moms that turns into a cancer mom that's got pity or woe is me. I wanted to fight back because that's what I am. I'm a fighter. I like to get in a little bit of shoulder rubbing. I play hockey. I like that competition. But I got you, and I decided we were going to start this journey together, and we were going to kick butt, and we were going to tell cancer, you're out the door. I already did physical energy. I needed to figure out the mind and the spirit part. You and me would sit on the couch or sit at the pond, and we would talk it out and talk the feelings out, because I'm a talker. So that always brought me back, that even after you left whatever we were, I could think back to the things you were telling me. Don't give up. Find the positives, find the strength. You're strong, you can do this. Lots of moments of weakness, but whenever I think of what we go through, 90% of that is pure power. We're gonna get over this, we're resilient, we're gonna fight through this, and we're gonna beat the dragon, which is what Kellen calls it. He calls it the red dragon that's in his stomach, and we're gonna beat it. We asked for help all the time, or we always had offers of, you know, we can do this, or we can do that, or we can do this for you. But if it's all nice when they tell you they can do it, but people have to show you to do it. So step up and say, hey, you're a part of my life, you're a part of my tribe. Step up and look after us. Be there, be present. Just do it and listen. You don't have to come up with a solution. My children are the most important thing in the world to me. And I cuddle him at the end of the night and tell him I love him, and tomorrow we start all over again. He knows first thing in the morning, the first thing we do is more chemo, but he's counting down the months. We got 9 months to go. And then hopefully on the 5-year mark, it's done. This cancer journey is scientific to me. He's got a million toxins going in. He has daily chemo. I am his nurse. I work full-time. I'm a mom full-time. I'm a wife full-time. It's all down to chemistry right now, and him. He's got the power within. He's a little warrior himself, so he doesn't let anything stop him.
Nice shot.
welcome to the beautiful kitchen of the Azurich Estate Hotel. And Tessa, so good to see you.
Good to see you.
So I love, you know what, I do love sweets. I grew up in my grandma's kitchen and there was always something in there, whether it was baked goods or cookies or cakes. And you know what, I really want to keep that generation kind of thought in my pantry for my daughter, right?
Totally, yeah.
And so I love apple crisps.
Yeah, me too.
Right,
It's a
because I
good
think
one.
sometimes, especially when we're trying to get
Very
healthy
comforting.
and putting things into our diets, right, we forget that we need that balance.
Yeah, absolutely, totally. There's always a balance with everything in life. You can't go too extreme on one end because you're missing out on it. There's a balance, totally.
And it's fall, so why not
I love
apple
that.
crisp,
Yeah.
right? And you know,
love it.
I used just a breakfast muesli mix as opposed to just using rolled oats. So it
Right.
had a few extra ingredients, such
Yeah,
as,
I
you know,
like
and you
that.
can see your pumpkin seeds, you can see
Yeah.
your raisins.
Almonds, yeah, I like that.
What do you think?
Totally, no. Added benefits keeps you, again, fuller longer. You're feeling more energy, and no, it's beautiful.
And then, of course, your cinnamon. And then instead of using butter or margarine, I actually use coconut oil. You like coconut oil. Why do you love coconut oil?
I love coconut oil because any chance that you can introduce healthy fats into your diet is awesome. Those healthy fats carry all your macronutrients into your system, micronutrients into your system. All your vitamins, your minerals, carry them through so you absorb them better. Without that fat, we don't absorb our nutrients as
Which then
much.
it's almost like
It's really great.
Okay.
And again, it's something that, people think that introducing fat into your diet, you're going to gain weight. Well, in moderation, you won't. And these are healthy fats. These aren't bad fats that stick like glue everywhere. They're
because
healthy
they're good
fats.
for you.
Totally.
And the other thing that we use to sweeten it, so we use the coconut oil, but we also use honey as my sweetener. What do you think?
Honey is awesome, especially if we can get it locally. Our local honey is optimal because you're getting the benefits of any bugs that we have in our area, so fighting off flus, fighting off infections,
honey's really
inflammation.
good for you.
It's so great for you.
I love honey.
And it's
What about
so
raisins?
sweet, it's delicious. Raisins high in iron, I love that, especially around flu season. We're wanting to make sure our immune system is strong and ready to go to fight what's coming our way. So iron is great to keep your immune system strong and keep you feeling energetic and not drowsy in your day.
Absolutely. You know, this is a sweet comfort thing. And what I love to teach my clients is, we can do it, but we also need soul meals. And what I call soul meals are things that you just eat for your soul. So this is healthy and it's good.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just need to,
And it's-
especially here at the Azurich.
You gotta
can you
think,
imagine
too.
what they have on their dessert?
Oh my gosh,
Jimmy Lee?
Just go there straight
could
for
you maybe
dessert. Oh my gosh, that's
that's what I'm talking about for soul meals, right? So we have your healthy, nurturing stuff, but that's just mouth watering.
little treats with a cup of tea. Can't think of anything better.
What does that do for someone, having the balance, knowing that they can have a treat, right?
Well, it just frees people up because I think today we're in the mindset we've got to be perfect. We've got to eat the best we can, look the best we can, and that's not realistic. You're never going to attain to that level. So it's so great to have, if this is something your little heart desires,
Well, whose heart would not desire that, right?
It's just delicious. So it's moderation. You're not going to eat this every day.
No, it's a treat.
It's a treat, totally.
Thanks so much for joining me today,
my
Tess. It's
pleasure.
always my pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you for having me.
So we found you at the grocery store and you're shopping with your two little boys, which are so cute. And you know what? We were chatting a little bit and I'm so inspired by how you balance your life, right? You're a mom, two kids, and you're a wife.
Yes,
and you're also an accountant, so it's full-time work. How do you balance your time with grocery shopping, exercise, family time?
because I have some helpers as well at home, like my husband, he helps me.
So it's like a whole family affair.
Yeah.
It's not just you taking on all the responsibilities,
no,
right?
we're all involved.
Does your husband help to cook too?
Oh yes. A
Who's the
lot.
better cook?
He's very good at barbecuing.
At barbecuing?
Yeah.
Well, I think most men are, right?
Yes, and usually he cooks on weekends.
Okay.
On weekdays, he helps me with kids when we get back home from work. And my mother-in-law, she visiting us. She originally from Ukraine, like me. I am as well, and my husband. We moved to Canada 8 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And how do you find time for exercise and all of that then?
I start my work very early at 6 a.m.
6 a.m.?
Yes.
So you start the day early?
Yes, very early to be with my kids and spend more time. And I do my workout just 30 minutes a day. It's
Just
not-
30 minutes?
Yes,
It's not
because-
lots, it's just 30 minutes? And,
Yes, just-
and where do you do your workouts?
Sometimes just like treadmill and sometimes like yoga. It depends on. I just
In your house?
variety. Yes, in my house at home. Yes,
But
because,
you make it a priority.
yes.
I
And
love it.
always I always make a list of meal in advance for
So you
whole
prepare
week.
kind of what?
Yes.
So you're organized. You're taking the time for yourself and you start your day off early.
Yeah.
I
I always
love it.
organized. Yeah, because I need to save my time and like with 2 kids. So
You're a busy mama. Congratulations, love.
thanks.
You're
like,
rocking it.
We're all busy, all moms. Yeah, we have to do some adjustments for my like personal life. Sometimes I don't have just for me to do some workout. That's it, and
Yeah.
do the rest of time with my kids spent. Go outside when it's nice outside.
Get them out playing, enjoying the summer.
Yes, because they are very active.
And that's
Even this-
important to raise our kids, right? As he's playing on your iPhone. It's perfect. That's what we do these days, isn't it?
Yeah, so like,
Oh, well, thank you so much for talking with me today.
no problem. Thank you for asking some questions. I'm glad to share some of my experience.
Tom, thank you so much for your time this afternoon.
I am yours.
So do you think that sometimes the things that happen to us in life build the resilience in order for us to bring out more within other people? Because sometimes what we learn within ourselves in our own life allows us to connect that deeper meaning with someone who is going through it.
Well, let me state the obvious. I think that's true, and I think it's very perceptive. But it also doesn't just take you to the higher ground, it gives you the opportunity for people to go to the higher ground. Right? It is not, there's nothing selfish about the gift, right?
No, and it can be anything.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you for doing such wonderful work for our world and our earth and for
We all
our
work for the same guy, you know,
We do all work
Same.
for the same guy.
girl, guy, whatever.
We'll call it the creator, absolutely. And thank you for taking your time out today to chat with me.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for joining me today on the Live Daily Show. Resilience is one of those things that we all need to face, but when we do face it, we become that much stronger, that much powerful, and go and create the life that we truly want. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.